Hi, welcome to session 1. Welcome to month 1 of Embodying You. I can't even believe that it's here. I feel like it's been coming for a million years. And I just want to say a big, massive, 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 massive thank you for choosing me for the next 12 months. So fucking excited. I'm just going to do a little bit of, it's not boring stuff, but like how it's all going to work, because you've probably got an influx of emails this morning off Kylie and are like, what the fuck are they? So the reason you've got all of them is because when you've joined, you've got the Feminine Energy Guide membership group, which is going to hopefully be open this afternoon, but at the very latest tomorrow, because there's a few hiccups going on. But you've got access to all of the courses. So I think it's Trust Yourself by Design, Human Design Made Simple, the Feminine Energy Guide, the Moon Manifestation and Money, and Being Seen, which will help you in your life and in your business. So you've got access to all of those courses. So have a binge, see what you think. If you've got any questions about anything, put them in the group. Either group is fine. So this Embodying You group is for the Embodying You course. The Feminine Energy Guide membership is the one with all the courses in. So you can put your questions for the courses in there. That would just be nice to keep it separate so we know which we're talking about and where. Okay. There is like a massive sort of back office space that you'll get a login to from Kylie. If you log in there, you'll have access to all the things that you need, and all the replays will go in there as well, all the documents that you need. So what it should look like is when you go in month 1, you've got the replay from today, you've got the workbooks, the meditations, whatever is linked to this session will all be nice and tidy in one section, which just makes me want to pee glitter everywhere, because I'm normally like, here it is, here it is, here it is, and I'm getting me shit together. So it'll all be in one place for you. The WhatsApp group for any of my VIPers, that should be open this afternoon about 2 o'clock. And that's for any questions, any in the moment coaching that you need, whatever you want to ask me, talk about, just working through things. And I've put that there because I know personally, if I'm on a journey or if I'm working through something, if I've got a question, I'm dead impatient and I just want to know it now. So the VIP's there for anyone like, this has just happened and I'm feeling this here. Could this be that? Do I need this oil? I was thinking about doing this, and I'd be like, yes, yes, yes. So that's what the VIP group is for. The gift boxes will be leaving my house by the end of the week, coming to you with all of the goodies in for the first 3 months to help you fully embody this experience. So I'm so excited for them. Vistaprint have been a bit of a knob and let me down, so I'm just waiting for something from them, and then you'll get it all. Oh, more people coming in. And then I think that's it really. The replay, the retreats, you'll get all the information about those separately. And I think that's it. Has anyone got any questions about how this works? If you get lost, I am here. Just find me and I'll tell you what's going on, if I know. If not, I'll ask Narissa. I'm really kidding. Really kidding. Okay, so let me try and share my screen. Oh, there's Laura. Oh, hang on, that's not what I want to share. Let me close that down. Here we go. Right. Can you see that? Let me just make it big. Where's Beth? Okay. Yay. Right. If me slides don't move, will you tell me? Because I've done a whole presentation before on the first slide and nobody told me. So welcome to Embodying You, a spiritual awakening for the woman ready to wake the fuck up, embrace her feminine energy and change her life. And I just cannot wait to get started. So welcome. There's a reason that you're here. I've got notes because if anyone knows me, I do go off on a tangent, so I do have to keep notes. So you've been drawn to do this probably because you know something needs to change. And this isn't just another course. Like, I've put this together because I see so many people doing courses all the time and they don't implement or embody what they've learned. It's like a quick fix for a week or two and then it fizzles off. But what's helped me over my journey is being able to embody everything, and that's what I want to help you to do. So this isn't just another course. It's a big ass 12-month experience, and I called it Embodying You for a reason. Because over the next 12 months, it's my intention to guide you on a journey to look deep inside yourself on all levels, mind, body, and spirit, to help you understand yourself, understand your energy, understand your thoughts and your feelings, and give you simple, easy, and quick to use methods and tools that are going to make you think, how the fuck is this working? It must be fucking magic. Because honestly, I don't know about you, but I used to think transformation needed to be like this big, massive thing, and it'd be really big and it'd take forever. But what I've found is it's loads of little tools and loads of little things like go-tos, or like I'll use about 5 of them at the same time. So it'll be like picking an oil, going and standing outside, breathing, and mindfulness. And it's those little combinations of things that sound so simple, and you're probably like, I know this already. But actually, are you doing it? And you wouldn't be here if you were. And I'm not shaming anyone, but I'm just saying, you've been drawn here for a reason. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. But you need to do the work. So I will give you everything I've got. I will share my all with you. This is my 10 years of spiritual awakening that we're about to embark on. And I will give you everything that I've got. But I can't make changes. Like, you have to do the work for the changes to happen. And I know you know this, and it's said with love, but I just wanted to put it out there now, because if you don't, I don't want to sound bossy. If you don't do the things I'm telling you to do, the changes won't happen, because this is how it worked for me. So it's things like, I'm going to be giving you some visualizations and meditations to listen to, so that you can reflect and look inwards and feel, and then keep notes, so that every day you're reflecting, and that becomes a habit, because it takes 21 days to create a new habit. And if you think about all these new things that we're going to be doing, we're just going to have to keep sort of layering them up, and you'll fall in love with like some more than others. So don't, I'm not going to make you do anything you're not enjoying, but these are the things that worked. So nothing changes if nothing changes. And like I was saying before, for those of you on the VIP, you'll get me in your pocket. I'm here Monday to Friday to help you in the moment, like with anything that's going on, and guidance, and, whatever you need. But I want just to remind you of one more really, really, really fucking important thing. You cannot get this wrong. Yeah, there's no right, there's no wrong. This is your whole experience and your journey for you to experience in your way. Like, everyone's so different. So you've all had different experiences, different lives. You've all got different perceptions. So it's really, really important that you don't look at what anyone else is doing or how they're progressing or whatever, because we all move at different speeds, and things click for other people and they don't for others. And there's absolutely no shame, no judgment. You're not allowed to be mean to yourself. You've just got to move through. Yeah, so how you think and how you feel will be different from everybody else's as well. So with this might be hard for some of you at the beginning, because and it was for me, because I used to always need confirmation that I was doing things right. And you can still ask me, I'm here for everything. If you're worried about anything, and you struggle to make decisions, please don't worry, because I'm going to help you to be able to make a decision that feels right for you by the end of this. And you're going to be like, fucking hell, I'm not asking them what they think, because they're not going to tell me what I know I want, because your own intuition, I've just got goose pimples, is going to be so loud inside of you that you won't ever need to look for external validation again. That is my intention, to get you to the place. So, and you're probably going to get sick of me saying, how does it feel? But how does it feel? But that's what
Yeah, just let you know, just had a quick chat with Dominic. He called me on Teams straight after we finished our meeting.
Cheryl, Dawn's little gorgeous squeaky voice in the background there. So it's all about unbecoming. It's all about reconnecting and awakening, and remembering who the fuck you are, and listening to how you feel and what it means to you. So please give yourself permission to do the work, to take the time, because things will change. You will be able to hear your own thoughts, intuition, and you'll be able to trust yourself as well. So and love the shit out of your life. That's another one of my intentions. So yeah, this is month 1. Let me just reduce that a little bit. So discover how understanding your chakras can reveal the imbalances in your energy. I'm going to take you on a deep inner journey, show you how to recognize the signs, and teach you how to realign your chakras for better spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. By connecting with your inner self, you'll learn how to balance your energy, live with greater purpose, and feel in control of your energy like never before. Whoa, that excited. So I'm just going to ask a little question actually before I start, and I don't know if I can see everyone's hands because I'm on this, but how many of you take time out for you at the moment? How many of you do you like reflect and ask yourself, how do I feel? Just a little raise of hands. No. Okay, there's no shame. I just want to see who's where, that's all, because I never used to do it. And then it'd build up and build up and build up, and it'd go pop, and then I'd start it all again. So this is why we're starting with energy. Can I just ask if everyone who's joined can just make sure that they're muted, please? I think I've got everybody now. Okay, so your energy is everything. So if you think about every emotion as an energy in motion, and if this energy can't be expressed, it builds up and compounds inside us, eventually causing a disease. When your energy isn't aligned, you're fucked, basically. You can't do anything, can you? When you've hit that space, you've got to burn out. You can feel it. Your body gives you nudges before you get there, but you're too busy and you don't put yourself first and you ignore it. And you know what's coming, but you're like, I'll deal with it when I get there because I've got too much shit on and I'm just too busy. And then there's a big bang and you've hit burnout. And then you get better, you take time, you slow down, and then you do it all again. Normally, that was my experience anyway. But I see so many people like pushing when they're running on empty, literally on the edge of burnout, thinking they can hide from themselves, because you can't hide from your own energy, and then getting sick and actually burning out. And then what happens is you're forced to rest. You know, you're forced to go to bed for like a week or worse, it could be longer. Which means then that you really can't do anything, and you probably shame yourself because you didn't listen, and then you feel frustrated because you've lost money because you're off work, and you're like, why didn't I just? And then you forget it all when you get better and you do it all again. So I don't know if you know, and some of you probably will, but the overproduction of the stress hormone called cortisol actually shuts down your cells and it stops them from regenerating, which means we get sick more easily because our cells aren't doing what they're supposed to do. And I imagine them folding their little arms and being like, fuck this shit, I've had it off. Because they're just getting pounded with all this stress. And they're like, what are you doing? I can't cope. And like, we've all been there, haven't we, in some way, shape, or form? Like, I am a self-confessed workaholic and like recently diagnosed with ADHD. And this is exactly why understanding my energy and having so many coping mechanisms and like self-careisms is absolutely my lifeline. Because if I didn't have all these things to keep bringing me back and bringing me back, and the times when you don't have time or you feel like I can't, they're the times you need to take a minute. You need to just slow down what you're doing. Like, for example, last night I was flopping around. I'd had a couple of tech problems and I'd left things to the last minute again. And I was doing the dishwasher. And I was like, and I was like, I could feel my stress levels rising and I wanted to just smash a plate on the floor. And I was like, right. So I stopped and I took a breath and I did the dishwasher dead slow. Because just slowing your movements down, like if you're brushing your teeth, if you slow down brushing your teeth, if you slow down brushing your hair, whatever you're doing, it helps your nervous system to just go, oh, thank fuck for that, and just bring you back to regulation or help you to get there. So let's talk about energy. Okay. Can't see because there's all these things in the way. So we are energetic beings and everything around us is energy, which means we are affected by everyone and everything around us. But we're more affected sometimes by our own thoughts and emotions that we have ourselves than the ones that we don't allow ourselves to truly acknowledge, experience or feel. So for example, like something shitty happens and we don't want to deal with it because we haven't got time, or it just feels horrible, so we distract ourselves and we shove it down somewhere and we'll look at it another time. But the other time never happens, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. So like I was saying before, every emotion is an energy in motion, and when an energy can't be expressed, it compounds and causes a dis-ease. So the alignment of our energy, and by that I mean, like, are we expressing everything? Are we grounded? You know, are we honoring our energy? Do we listen when we're tired? Those type of things. It affects us on all levels. So physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And these ripple through into our businesses as well and create like who we are penetrates through into our businesses as well, and into our jobs and into our families. So when it's balanced, you can see the chakra squirrel there. And flowing like it should. We feel sparkly and happy. We've got resilience. We've got like get shit done energy, and we feel like we've got inner peace. Everything's good. We're just like, oh, I actually feel all right today, you know. And when it's not, we feel stressed, frustrated, angry, physical discomfort, like tension in our shoulders, and like I have this like really bad frown that hurts me face, brain fog, disconnected. Like eventually you'll shut down, you'll shut off. And even our, you know, we feel like we don't belong anywhere. We can just feel completely disconnected, like God or whoever you want to call it's just like fucked off and left us on our own. And without even realizing it, sometimes our energy speaks louder than our words. So yeah, you'll have all had this, like you've been in a room with someone and you can feel them and you're like, oh my fucking God, what's the matter with you? And they go, nothing. And you're like, tell your energy, because they're literally like, or like you're about to go into a room and you don't know why you don't want to go in, and you go in and that spiky person's in there and you're like, should have listened. Because we have an auric layer, and we give it off, we give off energy, and we affect ourselves, we affect other people. So, you know, without even realizing it, we can't hide from it. So this whole course is to show you that it gets to be easy, because when we've got the knowledge about how we're feeling and what that means and what's next, like it gives us back the power, and it helps us to help ourselves, and again that ripples out into our families and our jobs and our businesses, because it all starts with us. It has to. We can't hide from our energy, and we can't pretend shit's not happening. Like I've upped my meditation because I'm perimenopausal and my dad's got Alzheimer's, and some days he's nice to me and some days he fucking hates me, and I'm struggling to cope with that. So my coping mechanisms at the moment are like talking more to people who get it, but also more meditation, because that is helping me to think in the moment when I'm triggered that it's not about me. He can't help what he's saying, you know, as much as I want to push him out the window with love, I'm not going to, because he can't help it. So it's really, it's these type of things. So we're going to start with the chakras. You've probably read the screen by now, but this is where it all began for me. Like the chakras changed my whole life. For anyone that does yoga or has done like meditation for a while, you'll have heard of the chakras. And these are the 7 main energy centers in our bodies that I'm going to be referring to again and again and again and again. So each of the chakras represents a different energy center within our bodies. There's more, depending on what you believe, there's different chakras and meridians and all different things, but I'm just going to talk about these 7 here, because having an understanding of these and understanding the signs that my body was giving me, which I'm going to go through with you in a minute, blew my mind, blew my head clean off. And I was like, oh my God, that's why I've always got a sore throat. That's why I've always got, like, I'm anxious and I've got IBS symptoms and my lower back's hurting and I've had sciatica for years and I can't speak my truth and I'm depressed. And I was like, fucking hell. And when I looked at them all and linked them to the chakras, I was like, well, that makes sense and that makes sense and that makes sense. So it is like an awakening. It's an awareness. It's all of the things, but just be kind to yourself. There's no judgment here. There's no right or wrong. You're not broken. It's all about self-awareness. And this is the whole purpose of like it being 12 months, to really look deep inside. But we always start with energy. So each of the chakras represents different emotions, different limiting beliefs, and physical symptoms. And when they're imbalanced, they show up in different ways. So I want you to notice and just keep a little note as I go through each chakra. I can't speak. Hang on, let me have a drink of my tea. Tongue's gone all dry. Which of them resonate with you the most? And again, no shame, no judgment. The whole point is just to become aware so that you can make the desired changes. Okay. So we always start with the root chakra, which is this little red dude at the bottom. Okay. The root chakra is the first chakra. It develops between the ages of 0 and 7, and it governs our sense of safety, security, and stability. So if you think about everything that happened to you between the ages of 0 and 7, and if you think about as well, your subconscious mind puts a plug in itself when you're 7 years old and goes, that's it, we're formed. So everything that's happened to you between the ages of 0 and 7 can have a massive impact as well through your how safe and how secure you feel. And this can show up in all areas of your life, which I'll go into a little bit more. So the nemesis of the root chakra is fear. So anytime you're worried or anxious, it's a sign that you're not grounded. So you're not in your root. You don't feel safe. You don't have roots. So if there was any like volatile relationships or things just felt a little bit unsafe or unsettled for you as a child, this can ripple through into adulthood as you like never feeling like you've always got to move house, or feeling like you always want to change jobs, or so you've never got roots because you're always moving around. Okay, so some of the fears that can get locked in as a child will will show up through, they get like locked in and show up throughout our adult life as well. So when it's imbalanced, the root chakra leads to feelings of fear, insecurity, and instability, which is our primal instincts. And this is why we always like start with the root chakra, because the root chakra is where we have a strong foundation. And before we can balance the other chakras, we need to have roots. We need to have a strong foundation to build on, because if you haven't got that safety, if you don't feel safe, all the others are going to wobble. So it's really important that we ground ourselves in and we give ourselves roots and we feel safe. So in relationships, an imbalance in the root chakra manifests as trust issues, codependency, a fear of abandonment, and this results in difficulty in forming secure attachments and keeping healthy boundaries. Feelings of insecurity lead to a lack of confidence in expressing yourself, because you find yourself worrying all the time about what others will think, and it feels unsafe for you to be seen. And this is something that can show up a lot in your business as well, when you're like, oh my God, what will people think of me? What will they see? So a squiffy root chakra massively affects the flow of abundance in your life as well, because if you think about where the root chakra is, it's actually in your gooch. It's between your front bum and your back bum. Is it called a perineum? That's the proper word for it, isn't it? It's there. So when you sit down, your root touches the floor. So it affects all of that part of your body, your lower back, your coccyx, your hips, and it represents your things like high blood pressure and functionality within the body, because it's the source and the safety. So it's things like your liver, your kidneys, all of those things that's going on down there. So if you're worrying about money because it's a fear and because it's a worry, like for years I had sciatica, about 5 years I had sciatica down my right leg. Your right side is your masculine, your left side is your feminine. So your right side, when you have sciatica on your right side, it's normally money worries, and your left is normally emotional worries. So have a little, if that resonates with you. So there's a list here of physical symptoms that will show up in your body from the root chakra. I've got this on a PDF for you to print off so that you can have it as a checklist. So don't worry about writing it all down. But I just want you to have a little scan through these. I mean, we're all going to have some of them, because if you think we've all got shit going on in our lives, there's always going to be a little bit of a wibbly wobbly chakra going on. But when we can see these and understand them, we can be like, right, what do I need? So I know if I'm worrying about money or if something's going on, I need to ground myself. There's different ways of doing that. So I'm going to give you a couple, but I'm going to put loads more in the group. So I'm just going to move forward off this screen. Because like I say, I've got the document there for you to print off, so you don't need to worry about writing it all down. How to balance your root chakra. So my three favorite ways of balancing my root chakra is balancing chakras is oils, crystals, and mindfulness. So my first favoritist oil in the whole world is vetiver. It smells like tree sap. It's absolutely beautiful. And if you're in the VIP, you'll be getting little samples of all these oils to have a nip of. So when your chakras are out of alignment, you can use one of the oils. Red jasper crystals. If anyone wants a good, ethically minded crystal guru, my best friend Louise Richmond sells crystals. And I don't know if any ladies in here do actually, but if anyone is interested in getting any crystals, please let me know, because I can pass one to Louise. So red jasper. And you can keep these in your pockets. Some people wear them in the bra. Some people have them in bracelets or necklaces. Like, I haven't felt like I wanted to put any crystals on today. But yesterday I was dripping in them because I felt like I needed them. So all I've got on is my little crystal star. But okay. So I'm going to move on now to the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra governs our emotions, creativity, and it's our center of sensuality. It's all about connection and belonging, and develops between the ages of 7 and 14. Oh, I've got a little typo there. That's emotional. So if you think about when you're 7 to 14, you start noticing who your friends are, and you start finding your besties, and you get into your little groups, and you because the safety and security is our primal foundation. The next one, is it Maslow's hierarchy of needs? It's really, really similar to that, like what the chakra tower is as well. So the next one is connection and belonging, because we are human beings who crave connection. It's part of who we are. So imbalances here show up as emotional instability, creative blocks, or issues with intimacy. And I call this chakra the cupboard under the stairs, because it's literally where we sweep all the shit we don't want. So anything emotional that's ever happened to us, anything that we've not wanted to deal with, we hold it in our womb space. It's our emotional, like I say, the cupboard under the stairs, and it can manifest physically as fertility problems. I couldn't get pregnant for years when I was in my narcissistic ex, and thank goodness that I didn't. Because, you know, I went on to meet me now husband, but our bodies keep us safe. It can, what else does it do? It's mainly anything sort of womby, so fibroids. I was going to say olives. That's not even a word that's related to the womb. What am I talking about? What are they called? Cysts. Could just see what they look like little olives. Oh, little womb olives, you know what I'm talking about. So when your sacral is balanced, your creative juices are literally flowing. You feel sensual, you are open to receiving pleasure and abundance, and you've got loads of ideas, and you give yourself time. So a sign that your sacral chakra is blocked is if you don't feel like anything's making you happy anymore. You'll be like, meh, 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 and you're like stuck in one emotion. So if you're not giving yourself any time to do the things that you love, your sacral chakra will very probably be blocked because you're not giving yourself that self-connection. So an imbalanced sacral chakra affects our relationships. It leads to emotional volatility. And I don't use this word much, but I couldn't find a word that meant the same thing. One minute we're okay, the next minute we're crying, the next minute we're paranoid, the next minute our emotions are just all over the place, which makes it difficult for us to connect with others. And because this is the area of connection, it can see us giving ourselves away. So if we are in toxic relationships, but we crave that connection as women, you know, if you think about what area it is, we can give ourselves away in that area, even if you know it's not right. You'd rather have that relationship than be alone. You can become super overreactive, difficulty in expressing how you feel in a healthy and constructive manner, where I mean, like, you just like rage and scream or cry, and you're not making any sense. You're not getting your point across. You're just like over emotional. So, like I was saying, when it's balanced, you're a juicy, creative goddess, birthing new ideas all over the place. And imbalances will manifest here as things like creative blocks, disconnection. Again, you'll feel flat as a fart and like all your creative juices have dried up. And the sacral chakra is associated with abundance and pleasure. So you've all heard of sex magic. I'm not going to talk too much about that here. But one of the best ways to regulate your nervous system and to align all your chakras is an orgasm. And who doesn't like one of them? Well, if you don't, it's fine, but I quite like them. So if you ever can't remember what crystal you need, there's an easy way of realigning your chakras and pleasure. So I don't know. I'm not going to even go there. Shut up, Nick. That's for another time. It's the first session. Okay. So yeah, the more you are open to receiving, and I mean in any form, the more your sacral chakra will realign, because it's all about finding enjoyment, fulfillment. It's all about doing the things that you love. You want to be in love with your life, and that's what the sacral chakra is for. So and a gorgeous way to rebalance your sacral chakra is to get a bit of Shakira on and jiggle your booty around the kitchen and just wake up your sacral chakra, gyrate your hips, sit with your legs open a little bit. That'll activate your root chakra and your sacral, and it's just really simple things. What I might do, actually, because I am a yoga teacher, but I haven't practiced yoga for ages, is do some little really easy videos that are like 1 or 2 minutes long that just show you yoga positions that'll activate your chakras, because they're really easy and they're really gorgeous. Okay. Have a little read of these. Physical symptoms of the sacral. Totes emotion, no sex drive, creativity blocks, indecision, lack of motivation. You can't function, sort of, you're like, I don't even know, because your emotions are all over the place. But it's mainly like you've got no creativity, and excuse me, my dog is snoring like an old man. Bruce. Oh, he was running then. Sorry, mate. Okay. How to balance the sacral chakra. So ylang ylang essential oil, and a carnelian. I have got the most juiciest carnelian here. Hang on, let me tell you a little bit about ylang ylang. So it's known for its aphrodisiac properties and its ability to enhance sensuality and creativity. It helps balance emotions, ignite passion, and creates a healthy flow of energy in the sacral chakra. And you can actually just drop a little drip of this on your belly and rub it into your sacral, or you can put it on the soles of your feet. If you put an essential oil on the soles of your feet, you've got the biggest pores on the soles of your feet. It goes into every cell in your body within 22 minutes and works on a cellular level. So it's literally schmoozing all your cells and igniting their passion. And then carnelian. Look at this. It looks like a big pork scratching, but it's absolutely fucking beautiful. And this is what I put on top of my very first book. And then this one, look at this one. I had to buy it because I wanted to stick my finger in it. It's a carnelian. I was like, oh. So yeah, I love carnelian. I'm really drawn, like, look at the depth of the color. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So wearing a carnelian, it brings up natural creativity, passion, and vitality. It helps you feel more positive and confident about expressing yourself. And if you put one of these next to your bed, it helps with sexy time. Just saying, in case anyone needs that. So I'm not going to do these with you now, but there's a little brain at the bottom of every one of these slides. I meant to explain on the last one. When you print off the PDFs that I'm going to give you, there's a little grounding technique for each of the chakras. So the last one for the roots was like a visualization with roots coming out your feet. This one is a water visualization. So there's just little things that you can do as well to help balance them, because visualization is so powerful. We're going to talk all about that soon. Okay, solar plexus. Between your heart and your belly button in your stomach, develops between the ages of 14 and 21. It's our personal power center. It's where our ego is born, and it's our sense of self. So the affirmation for the solar plexus is I am. So I am confident. I am, powerful. I am abundant. It's all of that, but it's all around our personal power. So if you can't make a decision, or you don't believe in yourself, or you're feeling like you've got no confidence, that's a really good sign your solar plexus is off balance. Okay, so not feeling good enough. And again, depending on what's happened to you, this might be this is one of the most common chakras that's out of alignment when I see ladies that come for Reiki sessions, because they've been people pleasers, they've had, bad relationships, they haven't had good relationships with their parents growing up, they've always done as they were told, they feel trapped, and they can't make a decision because other people have always made decisions for them. So when your solar plexus is on point, you are a fiery goddess. You are like, I know who I am. I'm confident in these decisions that I'm making. You literally feel driven, like your light's on inside of you when you're moving forward and you know your way. And you're like, yes, I'm aligned. What's that song? Oh, it's a different one. I'm alive, the man with the second face. I was thinking I'm alive, the man with the sorry. So this chakra, when it's off balance, can see you struggling with boundaries massively, standing up for yourself, feeling worthy of anything like love, respect. You struggle to make decisions, and you feel the need for validation from other people as well before you make a decision. So you might, we all do this anyway, don't we? Because sometimes, especially now I know I'm ADHD, I've got a few people that I've made myself ask before I say yes to things, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, you don't need to go to Poland and walk up a mountain in your knickers. You don't really want to do that. You're just excited. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So things like that. But if you really are struggling, you're like, oh my God, I absolutely don't know what to do, because you just fearful of making the wrong decision, or you've never been able to make your own because it's been made for you. You're scared to share as well because you are worried that people will think that you're rubbish. Perfectionism can show up here as well. Feelings of inadequacy, fear of rejection, and difficulty expressing your opinions or speaking out in social situations are a clear sign your solar plexus has took the knock. And when it's balanced and aligned, you're full of your own personal power, your manifesting energies, and your abundance is like you just calling things in. It's like the law of attraction is like running through you, and you're magnetizing, and everything is happening for you. But when it isn't, you don't believe that you can, so you go into lack. And then that, if you think about the ripple effect, so each of these chakras, it's got its own element as well. So the root is earth, which makes sense because your roots are in the earth. The sacral is water, which is emotional. So if you think about that, and then the solar plexus is fire. So if you don't believe in yourself, it ripples through and it affects how you feel emotionally, and it affects how you feel you know, your safety and your security. So again, it's really important that we've got these, we stack them up and we make them strong so that if one wobbles, it doesn't wobble the other one because the other one's got it. It's like, no, you're okay, come on, keep going. So these are some physical symptoms of the solar plexus. So again, they manifest in the body as physical dis-eases. So they can show up as things like, you know, liver or gallbladder problems. And again, each of our emotions speaks, doesn't it? So if we're feeling anger, why are we angry? Where are we frustrated? What's happening? Because the sacral is the center of pleasure and the solar plexus is the center of power. Sometimes, like, addictions are formed in the sacral chakra, because if we don't have anything giving us pleasure, we look for things that give us pleasure, depending on what that is. It could be shopping, it could be, you know, eating, sex, gambling, drinking, drugs, like all of the things, all of these things that give us this pleasure and this feeling of control. That's where addictions can come from. So again, you're going to have this list, so I'll just click through. So lemon essential oil. Lemon is absolutely beautiful for giving you a boost, and you can see Sid's got all of a little lemon there. I have a couple of drops of lemon in some boiled water with some ginger and a bit of honey every morning, and it just gives you a boost. And some days when I don't know what perfume to put on, I'll drop a bit of lemon on my hands, have a big sniff, and then I'll just pat it on my face. The only thing you've got to be careful of is if you're going out in the sun, because it's one of those things that, what's it called? It makes you burn. It's got like a, yeah, it's not good if you go out in the sun with it. So lemon oil, citrine. The crystal citrine is an amazing crystal for giving you confidence and for giving you power. There's all different types, like that's a tower and that's a sphere, but this one's got like a little crackle in it, so you can see it looks like it's got a little fairy inside. And then the grounding technique on here is like abdominal breathing, so just really centering yourself back into your center of power, and just feeling your breath, because I think we forget how easy it is for us to bring ourselves back. We just need to notice that we're coming out of alignment and we're about to lose our shit instead of just losing it. Okay, the heart develops between the ages of 21 and 28. It's all about giving and receiving love. Oh, what's that say? Got a little typo on there. Giving and being open to receiving love. And you can see Sid and Mrs. Sid there. They've got a little love heart between them. So they're giving and receiving love. Imbalances here, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? They can lead to issues with self-love, empathy, forming like meaningful relationships. You might struggle with giving and receiving love. And for anyone that's had their heart broken, squashed or stomped on a couple of times, you might have built a little bit of a spiritual heart wall, they call it, around where nothing gets in and nothing gets out. And you're like, this is safe. I'm just going to not feel anything and then nothing can hurt me. You feel disconnected from others. It stops you all around your heart because you're holding on to past hurt and past resentment. And this is something that will come up for you a lot. You're resentful of other people. You replay shitty, horrible memories or bad things that happen to you in your head. And I don't know if you know, but your brain's clever and stupid at the same time. So it doesn't know if things are happening, have happened, or are about to happen. So what we think affects how we feel and how we act. And we've got an absolute brain expert in the group here. We've got Nick, who's brainworks therapy. So she can probably explain it better than me. But in a nutshell, when we replay these things over and over in our head, our body just believes what we're thinking. So it goes, oh my God, this is so terrible. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh, and it pumps out all the hormones. So the stress hormones, the cortisol. So if you're living in that state of resentment and, you know, feeling jealous or guilty or all of those neggy emotions, your little body just keeps producing all these hormones again and again. And it doesn't know what's happening and what's happened. So it's really important that we catch our thoughts and we can control them, basically, because it's not good for our health. And this is why mindfulness and catching your thoughts and noticing what you're feeling and why, and feeling safe. Like, one of my favorite affirmations is I am safe. Because when you can just put your hand on your heart or even hug yourself and say, I am safe, like, your whole body goes, oh, thanks. You know, like, you've got me. So, you know, sometimes it hurts as well, and we don't know why we're holding on to these past things. So huge creative blocks as well if your heart's not sparkling anymore because you've got no passion. And these can stem from old but like still really juicy emotional wounds that make your inspiration fuck off as well. Like, you just can't, there's just nothing making you, like, you're not in love with anything. You feel isolated, you don't trust anybody anymore. The thought of showing your vulnerability and authenticity makes you do a bit of sick in your mouth because you're like, oh my God. And the heart chakra is associated with love, joy, abundance. It's all about self-love. So you loving you for who you are, not shaming you for things you've done in the past, you know, going back to little versions of you and giving her the love that she needs. And we're going to come on to this when we talk about inner child. But when your heart is blocked, you've got no love, you've got no joy, and you've got no emotional fulfillment in any of your relationships. Because your heart's closed. And it's really, really sad. But when it's open and when it's aligned, you're kind, you're compassionate, you give a shit about people, you're generous, and you know, law of attraction, what you give, you shall receive. But it's hard to do that when you're feeling resentful and bitter and jealous. Those emotions are really low frequency, and I'm going to share a bit more, or you'll learn more on the other courses that you've got all around the emotional frequency chart, which shows the vibration of each of your emotions. And it's massive. So catching yourself going, oh my God, why am I thinking like that about that person? Let me send them love for being an arsehole. There we go. You have that love, you arsehole. And then you sort of like let it go yourself then. And because, you know, hurt people, don't they? And sometimes we just need to remember that it's not about us and it's not personal. They're going through stuff and we just get it sometimes. So, you know, let's make it easier for ourselves. Here we go. Physical symptoms of the heart: chest pain, high blood pressure, difficulty giving or receiving love, fear of rejection, overwhelming, feeling overwhelmed from absorbing others' emotions. So again, if you're with people who are overly emotional, it can really affect you. So like I say, you've got all of these on that list, so I'm just going to click through. So wild orange oil is one of my absolute favorites. When I used to do meditation circles, when we come out of meditation, I'd give everyone a little whiff of wild orange because it's just absolutely gorgeous. It gets rid of any negative energy, helps you feel emotionally balanced while inducing like creativity and inspiration. It encourages social connection and helps you feel warmth and generosity, enhancing relationships and embodying a sense of self-love. And it's just bloody beautiful. And you can cook with the doTERRA oils as well. So we've made chocolate brownies with these and just put a little drop in, and it's like chocolate orange brownies. And the mint one as well, you can do that with. Or in your hot chocolate or cacao. Oh my gee, it's beautiful. Right, we're getting there. The throat chakra. This is the one that 99.9% of my ladies come to me with a blocked throat chakra because they're just like, it's all stuck in there. And I literally start coughing as soon as I put my hands on them because I'm like, oh my God. And it's because it's safer not to say anything. So you create like this big cork of energy in your throat chakra that literally stops anything from coming out to keep you safe. And that can manifest as physical disease like sore throats, thyroid problems, overeating, where you're literally you're putting things in your mouth so that you don't speak. There's loads of different ways it shows up. So anything above the heart is called, it's like the gateway to the soul. So we've got the elements of earth, water, and fire, and then we've got air. because the energy needs to flow through our heart. It needs to come up through us that way. We've got the throat, the third eye, and the crown, which are etheric. So that means the energy is a little bit faster, and it's things like light. Oh, my ears ringing. Like light frequencies. So the throat chakra is all about communication, like how we communicate authentically, express ourselves honestly, with kindness and clarity. We say what we mean. We don't blurt it all out and shout at people, which I used to do all the time. Imbalances can lead to us doing that. We can't speak our truth because we're too scared. And again, this can come from being a small human and we've been told, shut up, be quiet, laughed at by older siblings or ridiculed by family members when they don't realize what they're doing. Really, they're just taking the piss out of us as small humans, and we think what we say is silly or stupid, or we've been told that. I was told that by the bully my whole life. You're stupid, what you say is stupid. So in the end, didn't speak when she was around, which led to constant sore throat. I wasn't born with any tonsils, and I've got two dangly bits that look like balls. So I never got tonsillitis. I'll show you if I see you. But I always had throat problems, and the doctor was like, I don't know why. You've got no tonsils, like, and that's because of, walking on eggshells and things like that. You never feel like you're heard or understood by others. And I've spoken to a few of you about why you wanted to do this, and it was to help you to feel safe enough to speak your truth. So you might find it difficult to find your voice, which again stops you from sharing. Fear of judgment, fear of criticism, self-doubt, fear of confrontation. Oh my God, that was me. I'd rather just agree to do something I didn't want to do than have a confrontation. Another thing as well, if you've got a blocked throat chakra, fucking hell, if it's blocked, is you can't articulate properly. Maybe my throat chakra's blocked. Well, maybe I need a drink. Hang on. Try not to make a big slappy noise. So we just can't get out what we want to say. And when you do the human design course, which is in the Feminine Energy Guide group, which you've all got access to now, if you've got an undefined throat chakra, this can mean that you struggle to articulate unless you're around someone who's got a defined throat chakra, and then you won't be able to shut up. And you'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Shit, don't know why I'm telling you this. I haven't took a breath. And you're like, and the other person's like. So if you do that, don't worry. It could be because you've got a undefined throat chakra and you just have someone that's got a defined one. So this can really piss you off because you miss opportunities because you can't speak up. You might be sitting there going, oh, I really want to put my hand up, and you can't because you know you won't be able to get what you need to say out your mouth, or it won't come out right, or you might offend someone, or all those things. And this is why it'll be so fucking hard for you to manifest, because this is our manifestation center. When we speak what we desire, it happens quicker because it's a frequency that we're putting out into the universe. So you just can't get your friggin' words out your mouth. And okay, physical symptoms, again, it could be that you've got problems with your teeth. You can't stop lying. It's another thing. And if your throat chakra's too open, you just can't stop talking and you can't stop lying, and you tell all these porky pies and you just like gossip as well. So your chakras can be too open as well as too closed or blocked. So I think of the chakras, if you've read my first book, you'll know this analogy, but I think of it as like a big hose. And when the hose is clear, your energy can flow through it, and it just like all spurts out the end, and it's beautiful, and you can water your garden and it's gorgeous. But during the night, a big fat slug like gets in there and makes its little house and goes, oh, I'm going to stay in here. And then it goes a bit crusty overnight. And then in the morning when you try and put the hose on, the slug's like, fucking hell, what are you doing? And it's stuck. And the water just trickles out the end. So if you think about your chakras being on a straight line, if you've got a couple of slugs in your hose pipe, it's not going to happen. And it's just finding the slugs. That's what we just need to do so we can get them out. But I had a big, massive slug in my throat, and that sounds really gross, but for years. I didn't speak. Peppermint oil. This is so beautiful. And again, I have 1 drop of this in boiled water in the evening or in the morning sometimes. 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil is the equivalent to 48 peppermint tea bags. So if you accidentally get 2 drops in, your nostrils flare and your eyes fall out. You're just like, you can't drink it, you've got to wait. It's amazing for digestion. But it helps to clear the throat chakra and help with communication. It stimulates like mental clarity, and it's amazing if you're feeling a bit sad. If you have a sniff of peppermint oil, it can make you feel happy. It's a joy inducer. So I love a little quick sniff of peppermint. God, it's lovely. Beautiful. And then for the oil, we've got blue lace agate. I hope that's blue lace agate. I think it's blue lace agate. Excuse me, nails. But anything blue. So this is favorite. Lapis lazuli as well is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So you can keep it in your pocket. You can wear it as a necklace. I need to show you this. I should have brought it over with me, but let me just show you. I couldn't put it down. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a really deep blue heart. So sometimes if I'm working with a client virtually and they can't express themselves, I just surround myself with all the blue crystals and I'm like, come on, work your magic. It can really help. The other oil that's really good for your throat is lavender. A little bit of lavender behind your ears that can help to relax you so that you feel safe to talk. And then this is going to make a few people want to put their head in the top. And like I say, I'm not ever going to make you do anything you don't want to do. Chanting is amazing for your throat chakra. And when I first started chanting, I was like, this is fucking horrible. I hate it. I wanted to just go, but when I started doing it, magical shit started happening. And it's just reminded me actually that I am going to start doing it again. And the one that I did was Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, because one of my friends was a Buddhist and she told me what it meant, and it's all beautiful stuff. And I'll find it and I'll put it in the group. Please remind me. But just repeating that for 2 minutes, oh my God, it was worn out. Absolutely knackered. And I built it up to be able to do it for 5 minutes, but she used to do it for an hour a day. I was like, fucking hell. But you can do it anyway. You can do it when you're in the car. You can do it. But what it does, the vibrational frequency of the chant clears the throat chakra. And because you're chanting something again and it's got a meaning, it's like almost like manifesting as well. So you can chant wherever you want. I need to tell you just dead quick. When we did the firewalk training in Meg, we had to do 108 firewalks all at the same time. So we built these hot coals and we walked around them. I think there was 5 of them. I can't remember. But everyone was chanting their own little thing. So everyone started and I got off because I didn't feel ready. And then I joined in halfway and so did Daisy and we went round. And I was like chanting mine sort of whispery in my head. And on the way home, she went, Mum, do you know what I was chanting in my head? She went, oompa, doopa dee doo. She said, because I didn't know any chants. I was like, oh my God, I fucking love you. So it can be anything that you want. Oh, okay. So yeah, peppermint. Oh my God, I've got so many typos in these. I promise I'll fix them. Peppermint essential oil, and then the blue lace agate, which was this, and lapis lazuli. So I've already talked about that. Okay, we're nearly there. Third eye. Your intuition, your all-seeing eye, your inner tuition, your inner teacher. The things you see without meaning to see them, that connection to your higher self, your soul, who you really are. Those little nudges that you get from the universe that feel like magic, and you're like, oh my God, I just need to do this. And I don't know why. Do you ever get that? You know you need to be somewhere and you don't know why. Nick, I'm blaming you. The reason I'm going to LA. It's your fucking fault. So it's like, I just need to be there and I don't know why, but I'm going. So anyway, my intuition was a fucking 1,000,000% yes. So it's all good. So this is when you're aligned and connected to yourself and the world around you. You've got juicy ideas literally oozing out of you. And you're so aligned, you feel like you're going to float off the floor. And there's Sid with all his little bubbles floating off the floor. So imbalances can lead to like lack of clarity, lack of intuition. Like you just completely, you don't feel like there's anything else out there. It's just life is a series of events. You're just moving through, things are happening to you, and you're just like, what the fuck is the point? Really switched off. You struggle to trust your own intuition as well, and you're missing red flags. Like things will literally be slapping you in the face, and you're like, no, that can't be right. No, that can't. And the universe is literally like trying to fucking shake you, going, oh, you're listening. um, and again, decision making, you can't make a decision. And you make things out to be something that they're most definitely not as well sometimes as well, because you're a bit like confused by things. Massive creative blocks, lack of inspiration. You can't access your higher self or anything like your infinite wisdom, whatever you want to call it. It's like your higher self's just fucked off. You ask everyone else for their opinion on things because you don't trust yourself. You haven't got any of your own ideas. You feel confused, indecisive, and you can't express yourself because you don't even know what you're thinking. Your third eye is also, everything's associated with abundance, in my opinion, but you can feel like you're missing out on opportunities because you're not connected. You're like, oh my God, I know there's more out there. I know this, I need to be doing things. And you can't manifest because you can't visualize because you're just like. So again, it's all about going back to your root. If your third eye is blocked, if you're disconnected, you need to bring yourself back to your physical body. If you switched off in your head, bring yourself back. And I'm going to talk to you more about different things that you can do in your body that's going to help to ground you and regulate you and things like that. But if your third eye is switched off, grounding yourself is amazing. Meditation, and we're going to cover meditation quite deeply later on, but meditation, and I'm going to be giving you meditations. There's actually like a little bundle of them that I'm going to drop into the group, so if anyone is new and doesn't mind me in their ear, you can have a little play with them, but it helps you. And meditation isn't about not thinking and, you know, thinking of black and, you know, chanting and sitting with a straight back and levitating off the floor. It's about you being present with your thoughts and allowing yourself to see what you're thinking without reacting. And this like travels through into you being awake as well. So the reason I'm so much less reactive than what I used to be is because I meditate every day. I used to go off like a bottle of pop. I used to interrupt people. I wouldn't let them finish a sentence. I was really over emotional. Whereas now I can feel an emotion coming up. I know I'm thinking a shitty thought, but it doesn't need to come out my mouth. And then I've processed it and gone, you know, I don't need to say it. It's not kind or it's not true. But before it used to just go, nah, 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 and I'd be like, oh shit, to get myself into so much trouble because my brain would literally empty out my mouth before my mind had gone, hang on a minute, what was that? What are you saying? My mum used to be like, you're fucking gob. So, physical symptoms of third eye blocks. So if you've got loads of headaches or migraines, eye strain, sinuses. Your sinuses in Chinese medicine mean irritation. So if you've got sinus problems, you need to look at who's pissing you off, because normally someone is inside your nostril doing your head in. That's my opinion on sinuses anyway. Lack of clarity, confusion, overthinking, all the things. But again, you've got this list, so it'll actually be in the group because I've scheduled it in to drop. So it should be in there now. So lavender essential oil, absolutely beautiful. There's Sid with his little lavender. Where am I? So calming, soothing effects on the mind, and it's amazing for balancing the third eye. You can even put a little drop on your third eye if you want. It is fan-fucking-tastic for calming anxiety. So if you're having a moment and you've got, like I use doTERRA because I just love them all, but a little drop on your finger behind your ears, rub all your earlobes and the little bits at the bottom, so all the gristly bits on the bottom, like the whole of your ear, and then get your fingers like this, and stroke your vagus nerve and just take some big breaths with the lavender, and it can just bring you back. It just helps you to bring yourself back into the moment. Amethyst, are you ready for this? Okay, look, amethyst. beautiful as shit. I've got a thing about heart-shaped crystals. So amethyst is amazing for your third eye. I don't think I could lay with that one on my third eye, but you can lay with an amethyst on your third eye if you want. I've got smaller ones, I'll use one of them. But yeah, I have hair on the table if I'm trying to create something. So I have an amethyst and a carnelian. Yay! Oh, please will you put pictures of your crystals in the group? I fucking love them. Let's all share our crystals. Just love them. But yeah, you can lay meditating with an amethyst on here and that'll help to open your third eye. And there's loads of third eye meditations on YouTube, and the chakra meditation that I'm going to drop in has got a third eye activation in it. And then the best thing again for your third eye is meditation. Visualizing the color purple coming in through your third eye, and like as you breathe in, just like letting it fill the whole of your body. Okay, last one. Oh my God, I've well gone over, but thanks for sticking with me. We're nearly done. The crown, the top of your head, it's our higher consciousness, connection to spirituality, divine wisdom. When it's aligned, you feel like you're part of something bigger than you, like you believe, like namaste, the light in me honors the light in you. You just can see everyone and you feel like you're part of this big, beautiful blurb of energy. And you've got a passion and you know why you're here. There's a purpose that you're here on this little spinny planet. Imbalances are the opposite. So disconnection, spiritual crisis, where you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I here? I don't know why I'm here. I don't need to be here. All those horrible thoughts. Feeling unbelievably anxious. So again, remember, if you've got these feelings of anxiety, drop into your root, ground yourself, go outside, put your feet on the grass. It's amazing if you can go outside after it's been raining. There's something called negative ions in the air, which is what we need in our bodies. The positive ions are the things that come from things like computers and phones and stuff. So the negative ions are really gorgeous for us, and they help us to replenish and rejuvenate our energy. So yeah, you know, you feel like, again, life is a series of events just happening to you. Like there's nothing else out there. So when you die, the lights go out and it's just black. That's what my dad believes. It really makes me sad that he thinks that when he dies, it's just going to be black. I was like, well, when you do, come back and tell me that I was right. because it's not. And he's like, me. So I expect to get a little knock one day. So you've got difficulty finding your meaning and your purpose, connecting with others on a deeper level as well. You just feel like you're just here existing. Lack of inspiration, creativity, and no connection to your higher spirit. So again, you feel like all your spirit guides are fucked off. You feel detached and you're just completely alone. It's really shit. So these are physical symptoms of the cancer. So headaches again, feeling like meh. Closed-minded. You might find yourself being really like opinionated about things and you're like, what's going on? Right. And then frankincense. Oh, so you'll either like this or you'll think it smells like a stinky church. But I just love it. I love a little drop at the top of my mouth as well. Just to, because it goes through the, is it called the blood-brain barrier? I can't explain this properly, but it goes into and up into your consciousness. It's beautiful. And it's amazing for your skin. It gets rid of fine lines. So you can actually put a drop in your moisturizer. Don't get it in your eyes though. And I would suggest using doTERRA because I don't know about any others. I'm only talking about doTERRA just as a disclaimer, but yeah, it's really beautiful. So frankincense oil, it's been used for fucking ever. In spiritual and meditation practices. You'll see it in all sorts of Sanskrits, and Jesus got some when he was born. That's how old it is. And it's amazing for like grounding and centering. It helps to open the crown, enhancing spiritual awareness, but it helps you gently to step into your masculine energy as well. So if you know you need that like get shit done energy, but in a gentle way, it just sort of holds your bum and waddles you along rather than shoving you in the back of the shoulders, if you know what I mean. So it'll give you more motivation to do it. Okay. What's next? So I'm going to drop some stuff into the group. You've already got all the script that I've just read there. You've got that, so you can read it again whenever you want to. You've got a list of, you know, essential oils and crystals and little things that you can do that are really easy that are going to help you to align your chakras. So that's there as well. And then you've got your checklist so that you can go through and actually look and go, yeah. And then link that to your chakras to see where you're out of alignment. Can I just say though, our chakras, even if they are aligned, they will never stay aligned because life happens to us every day. So you can do your best to be aligned, and one day you'll feel tip top and sparkly and on top of the world, and the next day you're like, oh fucking hell, I've definitely got a slug. And you just feel a bit, but it's about being able to know where that is and help yourself move through it. And movement is one of the best things that you can do to shift energy blocks. Even getting up and going for a wee or going for a walk or just like literally shaking your body is amazing for getting excess energy out. And if you're a mani-gen or a generator in human design, getting off your arse and moving around actually helps you to have more energy, and it helps you to shift through energy blocks we're supposed to move. But that's a whole nother, that's next month, so don't worry about that for now. So I dropped a workbook in for this session for you to work through some juicy questions that are going to help you go, oh, don't really like that. Going to make you look inside. There's the other questionnaire that I'd love for you to fill in and keep for the very beginning of this. And it's about where you are now, why you've joined, what you want to get out of it, so that you can see at the end of the 12 months, like, oh my God, did I really used to feel like that? Look at me now. I'm going to drop a chakra meditation in for you to listen to so you can see what comes up for you. Notice where you're feeling it in your body. This is what I want you to just constantly think now. How do I feel? Where am I feeling it? What does that mean? Because you've got all your chakra stuff and you can be like, oh my God, oh yeah, oh, that's because such and such. And you'll be able to link it all together. And then I'm going to drop in a really short body scan meditation that I'd love for you to do every day, just so that you can check in. And it's just going to be like, how does your head feel? How does your throat feel? How does your heart feel? You know, what do you intuitively feel you need more of? Just little and short, so that you can get used to checking in. And you don't need to sit with your eyes closed while you're doing it. You can you can pop it in your ears while you're doing something if you want it. Okay. I haven't been able to see any comments, so if there are any, I've not been ignoring anyone. But if I just stop sharing, does anyone have any questions? Oh, there's all your gorgeous faces. I couldn't see anyone. Any questions? Anything you want to add? Any like, oh my God, that's me moments? No?
I'm just excited to get started.
I'm so fucking excited you're here. I know it's a real journey though, and it's like never ending. I think once you start, it's like spiritual Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop.
It's good to have a group of women to do it with though, isn't it? Like, I do a lot of this stuff, but actually just going through it again and going in more depth and doing it in a more routine way, a good routine, will be really helpful.
Yeah.
Really helpful.
I know what you mean by routine. So I swapped that word to ritual only because it feels a bit more magic. But routine for me was like, get up, do this. And that works for some people, but I think we're different every day. So when you've got your own little spiritual toolkit of things, like this morning, I've been waking up at 5 o'clock for the last week, right? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like that, why? And this morning I was like, I'm going to get up early at 5 o'clock and I'm going to do all these things. Well, fucking 6:30. It was like, nah. But I needed it. I must have needed it because I wasn't awake. My alarm went off and I was like, oh, I've slept until my alarm. So it's like, did I need more sleep? Yes. What did I want to do? Meditation. Did I want to move my body? No. Because I felt like a fucking potato sloth koala snail. I wasn't going to do anything. And then I wanted to pull some cards. So that was this morning. But like yesterday, I had energy and I wanted to, oh, bye, Jill. I wanted to move. So can you give yourself permission? Is your routine allowing you to have flexibility in honoring your energy? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it sounds, because I'm in my kitchen, so it sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel, so apologies. Like the fan is like horrendous. That's why I'll put myself back on mute. But yeah, so it's more, so my, when I say routine, it just has to have some spiritual stuff in the morning. So chanting, like I use Carl Gray, his stuff. So I'll play that. So there's
Oh,
like,
what's that?
so Carl Gray, he just so he like does a lot of the Buddhist stuff. So he does the Ard Gray, and there's the Satnam one as well. So he does like quite, you can find him on Spotify, and they're to the 12 minutes. So I do it for so I do 3, and so you just like, well, listen to that. No, that's me. And then it's just like other stuff. So but like my spirits are quite chatty, so I don't necessarily pull cards. Like I've gotten to a stage where they was like, oh, pull 5, and I was like, I ain't got time for this. Like this is taking up half my morning. I've got like money to make, so we're not doing this. So probably once a week I'll do like card pulling or stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, fab. It's whatever works for you, isn't it? And giving yourself permission to just like, don't want to do that today. Don't want to do this today. It's like, it's that time. Amazing. Any light bulb moments or like, oh shit moments for anyone?
I think I've done this with you quite a few times now, Nick, but still, every time I do it, I learn something new. And as we were going through all the chakras there, it's like, oh, I can understand how that was really off alignment a while ago. And now it's come back in. And oh, yeah, I've been feeling that lately. And definitely loads of light bulb moments, you know, particularly with everything around digestive issues. I mean, yeah.
Do you know what? They will love that you're doing this again, even though we've done it. And even though you've done the retreats with me, you've come into the VIP because you're like, I want to do it again. Because you know it's important. And like, I think every time we do something, even if it's something we've done before, we are different. Aren't we? Because you're not, when you did the chakras last time, you're not where you are now. So you'll see different things. And it's that whole embodiment, isn't it? It's like continuous, because we are always a work in progress.
No, I mean, the retreat thing, yeah, definitely. Like the last retreat that we did in Anglesey was just like, talk about light the fire. It was crazy. Like what's happened since then has been ridiculous. So yeah, it was a no-brainer.
It was fucking brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Narissa literally became Cleopatra on that retreat. It was just insane. And we'll be doing a similar one as well next June, where we'll be doing the fire walk and the arrow break and stuff like that. Oh, see you soon. Whoever's got to go. Who's that? Oh,
Dee.
oh, Cheedy. Sorry, couldn't figure out. I love you, Cheedy. Oh, we've got comments. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry about Dawn. Got some red jasper in my pocket to ground me after my weekend away. Yes, amazing. I'll come to Poland with my knickers with you. Oh my God, Cheryl. Love frankincense. I burn it in candles. Ooh. So, Nick, was it Carl Gray or Kyle or Carl?
That's my accent, isn't it? Kyle. So
Kyle, I thought so.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Gray. Is it?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just look out.
Yeah, he does cards and
yeah,
all
so
the angel numbers.
I've got his cards as well. Although, yeah, I've got his cards. They're good. They are good, and all that sort of stuff. So
But
yeah.
I didn't know he did chanting. Thanks for that. I'm going to get back into chanting.
Let me just bring him up on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Gray is in with an A, not an E.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got like, if you just put him in Spotify, it'll come up and it'll come up with all the chants, and they're exactly 100. So that's why they're so many minutes, because it's exactly 120 times.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
Or some 120. However many times you're supposed to do it, it's within that track.
So 108 is like a spiritual number, and that's got a special meaning. I'm wondering if it's that.
It's something along them lines. But anyway, he does it that amount of times within that track.
Real.
So
thanks, Chick. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
So if anyone's got any like juicy tools or anything that they want to share, like, you are all my teachers as well. So I'm open to learning new things, and you know, it's a space for us all. So whatever you want to put in the group, you know, pop it in. The couple of things that I put in should be in the group now. So that's, I can't get this in for some reason. If I can't, I'll send it to Charlotte and she'll be able to get it in. So you've got your list of how the signs show up in your body, so that every day you can check that off. I'm going to drop a PDF, which is like a little something you can print off every day if you want to do a body scan. And then just the text from what I've said, so that you've got it, that you can print off and read again. And then you'll have this replay. But any questions, anything that you need, VIPers, I will see you very soon. I'm going to open the group. And we meet again in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, it's like a hot seat. So I'll be dropping things in the group, and then you've got like your worksheets and your questions to reflect and see and dig a bit deeper. And then the meditations to go on. So your homework is just to, what's the hot seat? So the hot seat is just where we go around and we like, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Anyone got any questions? It's just for me to just answer any questions or give any tips or like whatever you need to help you embody it more. But you're in the VIP, so you might not have any questions by then because you'll put them all in the group. But yeah, so if you need me for anything, if you've got anything what you need, or you have any brain farts or breakthroughs or oh my god moments, please share them. And the Feminine Energy Guide group will be open tomorrow, where I'll be doing card readings, and you'll get your moon rituals in here as well. And then you've got the other courses. So those million emails, apologies, I don't think there's another way that she can do that to get you access. So I'm so sorry if you're like, what are you doing? Because she sent them to me the other week, and I was like, fucking hell, Kylie, what's this? And she was like, I'm sorry, I can only get you in that way. So yeah. And then you'll have the login details to Embodying You, where you'll have the replays and everything like that. But if you get lost, ask Kylie, she'll tell you where to go. And thank you. I know I've gone over by about half an hour. I promise I'm going to try not to in the future, but I can't promise anything because I like to talk. So I'm just really happy that you're here, and I will see you very, very soon. Mwah, loads and loads of love. Take care. And I didn't take a fucking picture. Hang on a minute. Where's my phone? Can I get a picture? People have left and everything now. I'm sorry for the people if you're watching back. So Embodying You. Oh, hang on. It didn't work. I got the ceiling. Yay. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Take care.